Welcome to Random Number Generation. I'm Skybilz, and I'll be your host. This is episode 64, Paper Mario Randomizer with the one and only Supreme. Before we get started here, a couple announcements on behalf of Games Done Quick. Frame Fatale will be having its next all-women's speedrunning event, Flame Fatale, from August 21st through 27th. The marathon schedule is now out. Type !FF in Twitch chat or go to GamesDoneQuick.com/FrameFatale for more information. Prize submissions are now open. Check the site for more information. And One and Done-a-thon is coming up again, where you can show off your favorite run, and that's your only appearance in the One and Done-a-thon series. The schedule will be released July 29th. Tweet at GamesDoneQuick to let us know what you're hoping to see. And with that being said, Supreme, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Sky. How have you been today?
I'm doing great. I am so excited to show off some more Paper Mario Randomizer here. I have been told that there are a lot of new innovations in this since we had Bailey running this a couple of months ago.
Yes.
So this is going to be a longer run, folks. Get comfy, grab your favorite beverage, and be sure to stay hydrated. And Supreme, it's on you if we want to count down, and then we can get into what flags this is using and what has changed since Bailey's been on the show.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to get a file up. All right, I'm going to go from 3 on go. So 3, 2, 1, and go.
Good luck.
All right, so yes, thank you. This is Paper Mario Rando. What I'm doing is 5 star spirits. So what that means essentially is I need to complete 5 of the 7 chapters in this game and get their corresponding star spirits. It's really nice. It kind of makes it a little bit more consistent to finish in a certain period of time, which is why I felt comfortable with the estimate. That's not an item I wanted. But yeah, as far as like flags go, I play with most things open. You can access the blue house right away. You do not need the odd key. You can access flower fields right away. No need for magical seeds. Toy box is open right away. And the only thing I keep closed is immediate access to Chapter 5 with the whale being available. And that's simply because a lot of times if you have that whale open, it just pushes you towards Chapter 5. There's so many things you can find in Chapter 5. So it just kind of skewed the logic towards making that really valuable. As you can see, shop sanity is on. The shop items are randomized. We just got ourselves a ruins key for Chapter 2 and a yellow berry, which gives us some access to things in Chapter 6. Unfortunately, the yellow berry is probably the least useful of the ones to get immediately, because to get any further checks past the yellow berry, you need Parakarry or Lackluster to get past some thorns. What kind of things have changed since Bayleaf has played? I don't remember exactly what updates were pushed when. I know for sure that they now have it where Koopa Koot his rewards can be shuffled in. Letter delivery can be shuffled in. That is a Bowser's Castle key, and we do not need that. I'll explain why in a moment. What other things? This is actually, it's funny. I went to open up the seed generator because I had my wife generate the seed for me, so I, going completely blind. And I'm glad that I opened it up myself instead of just kind of told her what to do, because they actually pushed an update today that, so I'm gonna check all the other things before I purchase that bean. They actually made it so Big Chest Shuffle is now a thing, and what that means is, to this point, boot upgrades were in boot upgrade chests, so in the Boo Mansion in Chapter 3 and in the sewers of Toad Town, generally only accessible after you get Lackluster and the Ultra Hammer. And the hammers were in Chapters 2 and 5. Now those chests are shuffled as well. So a hammer could be in the Boo Mansion. A pair of boots could be in Mount Lava Lava. So that is brand new as of today. Let's see. We're going to go to the Bad Shop. What other kind of things have we seen since then? I pulled this up because there's a good number of changes. The new difficulty... I can buy that right now. The new difficulty shuffle, I think, is on, and that's what I'm using today. It's called Shuffle Chapter Difficulty, and I think the easiest way to explain this is think of each chapter having a difficulty value. Chapter 1 is 1. Chapter 2 is difficulty rank 2. It takes those numbers and basically shuffles them up. So Chapter 1 could have difficulty rating 7, and suddenly your Koopa Troopas have 11 health, and your Koopa Bros have 16 health apiece. Or in reverse, how about that? Chapter 7 could have difficulty rating 1, and your Crystal King, who normally has like 70 health, instead has like 25. So that, I believe, is new, or it's been tweaked since the point of Bayleaf's run. Oh, I don't think this was in Bayleaf's run, and it's something you'll hopefully see a lot of today. Item traps. Fake items. Much like everybody's beloved Zooter ice traps, we now have item traps that will either blow me up or zap me. And sometimes it's really easy to tell, like if a badge comes out of a yellow box. That's a fake item. Doesn't stop me from grabbing it because my reaction time's not fast enough. But they're there. And yeah, let's see. They changed it to where, ooh, this is a nice, if these are all real. That diamond stone wasn't real. So that was weird. You didn't get to see me blow up, but that diamond stone was a fake item. They changed it to where before it was, could you please stop taking my money? You know, it was either all or nothing with the magical seeds in chapter 6. You either had to get all 4 or you just had it completely open. Now you can set it to any number between 0 and 4. So you could have it to where you only need 1 magical seed to enter chapter 6 instead of 4. Nice jump. Come back to that box in a second. What other things have changed? I think those are the big ones. There's some more cosmetics. More partners can be different colors. There we go. Yeah, we'll take that. That'll be nice. Oh yeah, the Ultra Stone, if you ever watched my randos, are either always real or always fake. Like, we had a seed where I literally got 4 fake Ultra Stones, and I've never felt more defeated in my life. We had 3 fake Ultra Stones in the prologue alone. I think those are the big things. Yeah, since we were early, we'll grab it. Oh. Yeah, get rid of that mushroom. I think foliage hints might be new, so now trees glow when they have coins or items in them. Okay.
So I have a question. Can you increase your frequency of how many quote-unquote fake items there are like they do in Zooter?
You sure can. And we are on the moderate setting. You know, I'm gonna try this actually.
I have also told the chat that they can't see it, but there's a sleeping pupper behind you, and it's very cute.
Yeah, you never know who's gonna show up on my stream. One of my 2 dogs may be in the background. My baby may appear on stream. You never know who's gonna show up on the Supreme stream. We're just doing a scan here. Oh, we'll grab that actually. Does the pupper speedrun around my yard? Yes. Those fright jars are actually very handy. I love to come to Toy Box first because, as you can see, there's a lot of checks right away. So that's really funny. We now have the 3 key items needed to reach the end of. I'll come back to that actually. That's also new. It's an item pouch which expands your inventory by 2 slots. There are 5 of those in the game, so your inventory can go from 10 to 20 items. That's not super important right now, and I'm out of nice, easy items to beat up those Shy Guys with. Let's see. What do I want to do now? That didn't really give me. I mean, I got all those key items for chapter 6, but it didn't really give me a lot of progress. So really my best plays are probably going to just do a quick dive into chapter 6, which is what I'm going to do, or go to chapter 1. So there's a little bit I can do here, not a ton. If you've ever played this game, there are several gates that are locked by giving flowers the correct color berry. I have the yellow berry and I have the bubble berry. I mentioned earlier, the yellow berry gives you a good number of checks, but they are also locked behind having Paracarry or Lackluster. So not a lot I can do about that right now. The Bubbleberry will give me a future. That's my fault. So a lot of times when it comes to chapter difficulty shuffle, I like to look at enemy health values to kind of tell where I'm at. I'm actually going to reset this room. Unfortunately, the bees, which are the enemies I run into the most often here, have the same HP unless it's like chapter 1 difficulty. They always have about 3 HP. Oh boy. Okay. And they're pretty relentless enemies. All right, so that's a key to Koopa Fortress in chapter 1. You need all 4 keys from there in order to beat the chapter. Snowman Doll is actually a pretty nice item to have. Because the most common chapter you'll find you complete in these, at least with my settings, and just in general due to the number of items you need, is chapter 5, where Lava Piranha is the boss. I'll go ahead and dump this yellow berry off. Because chapter 5, yes, you need all those thorns. You need Paracarrier Lackluster to carry you across. I'm actually going to save, just in case.
We were able to zoom out, by the way. Now we have the sleeping
Luna?
puppy.
Good.
Yeah, now we have the sleeping puppy in frame.
Perfect.
It's so cute.
Speaking of sleeping, we'll pick that up just in case. So we're going to use this Bubbleberry, and the reason I'm saving, or save scumming this berry, is because I don't know how many are going to be accessible, I don't know when I'm going to get Lackluster, and I don't know if I'm going to maybe need to get across here again later. If there's nothing of value over here, then I would prefer to just, quickly reset and not worry about getting owned by not having that item on me. So we can do almost everything on this side. Empty down and an egg.
We do have a question in chat. How did you start with Bombat?
It gives you a random partner. And I think that may be one thing that's changed. Back when Bayleaf did this, I know this was originally a setting, but it used to be that whichever partner you got, their check, so in this case, like if I go to rescue Bombette in the prison, would not give you anything, which would be really valuable for, Lackluster or Watt, someone that requires you to do like a boss fight afterward or to get them. But now they fixed it to where that still provides a check. All right, so we're gonna pay Greedy McGreedy guy. I said I was gonna save, but I think I'll be fine. The only thing that can be back over there is Lackluster, and unless it's vanilla, that easy. Unless it's vanilla, we'll be able to get back over there. There is nothing of value, nothing that needed me to come back later. Don't need that badge, that's not very important. But yeah, funny story about getting Bombette. The last practice seed I did last night, let's check this out. Bombette was on the Paracarry turn-in, so normally when you get Paracarry, you have to get him by turning in 3 letters to him, because he's a mailman, he lost his letters on the mountain, blah, 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 blah. I thought I had grabbed three letters, and so I got to him. I did not have Bombette, so I did not take the short way. I took the long way to go to Paracarry. I did not have 3 letters. And when I finally got back around to Paracarry with my 3rd letter, he had Bombette. So me and Bombette are going through a little bit of a rough patch right now because of my own inability to count to 3.
I have a question. How much does your first partner influence your routing right away? Like, is it more of like just something that influences the beginning of your routing, or is it kind of dominant for routing throughout the entire randomizer?
So it can depend. If I get Watt immediately, that's basically a nice big signal to go to chapter 5. Watt provides the vanilla access to chapter 5. You go inside the whale, you have to light it up with Watt, and fight the Fuzzipede. I always forget when I say item. Hey, fake item. So Watt can kind of influence my early game. Bombette kind of can. Like, I have immediate access to Mount Rugged now because I can blow up the rock blocking the train. But since I can't really do most of the checks without paracarry, I don't value it as heavily as some others might. All right, so we're gonna play the fuzzy game. We're gonna let the fuzzies bounce around between trees. I like to let my chat guess, the 3-number combination, like 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 1, that these fuzzies are going to appear in. Nobody's ever won, amazingly enough. So 1 is our first number. Sorry, this one requires a little bit of focus. Oh, that's bad luck. 4. 3. Let's see. I think somebody was off, like they swapped their 3 and their 4. No, I don't want that. So, obviously I saw what the fuzzy had. I could have not fought it. But the fuzzies, clearing out the fuzzies brings a new item into Cooper. Wow, that's... Oh gosh. That's a lot of health. I'm just gonna go ahead and use that. Oh, I wish I had a bomb bed upgrade.
So, Supreme, do you have any, superstitions in the randomizer or memes or anything funny we should be aware of, or just something that kind of makes the randomizer more personal to you? Okay, I'm scared looking at your face here. What's going on?
This is difficulty rating 7 for chapter 1. I have come to the highest difficulty area first.
Oh my, I am so sorry, Supreme. I saw the look on your face and I'm like, should I not be talking right now? Because I was frightened for you.
I don't block fuzzies that well. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm just gonna do this. This is a single target. Sorry, that was... Usually I have something to clear those out faster, and I didn't. So those do a lot more damage than I was expecting. Wow. We survived. Oof. Memes and funny things. Fake Ultrastone is like my ultimate meme. Like, I don't usually do a lot of predictions with channel points and stuff on my stream. That is like the one I will always do. The first time I see an Ultrastone, we just stop what I'm doing and we just run a prediction on if it's gonna blow me up or not. Did I buy that shell? I did, cool.
I mean, I've watched a lot of your streams, Supreme. I don't know if I've ever seen you have that frightened of a look on your face before.
I was not sure we weren't going to burn a live stream there. I was very nervous. Thanks, Cooper. That was really helpful of you. Well, that's great. I cleared out the fuzzies to give myself 1 coin. Love it. I think, needless to say, I'm going to be taking a moment here at the end and just resting up real quick. Hey, buddy.
Oh, we have a question in the chat. Have you ever done runs or played Super Mario RPG Legend of the 7 Stars?
I like Super Mario RPG. I did not play it until my mid-20s, so I don't kind of have that deep nostalgia for it. But I think it's a really cool game, and I know my friend Pidge has been working hard on the randomizer for it. She's been doing some good work on it, so I'm excited to see that when she gets it kind of to a more finalized state with what she's trying to do. All right, a good number of items here. A rune key, a dictionary. I've already forgotten. The Boo record, that's the other thing I picked up. All right, so I can't go any further without actual Cooper. And that's convenient because we will turn in... we'll turn in the dictionary right now. Okay. All right, so I'm in a tight spot here. I would really like to find literally any other partner than Bombette. And the reason why is because I think what my next best play is, to be completely honest, is to go to Chapter 5, which I can accomplish by going through the blue house over here, blowing up the wall where Rip Cheeto is, and fighting the blooper to get to chapter 6. The problem with that is Mario does not have a lot of offense right now. We'll put on some badges. Zap tap, that doesn't really help me. P up, D down is kind of a trait. Oh, I've got power bounce actually. Now that I think about it, makes this a little, well, that's rude. A little better. Actually, that actually kind of makes me rethink my strategy here. I do have a play in mind. So, Bombat can't hit bloopers. So, without Mario having great offense, it kind of makes it hard to fight. But it's pretty easy to power bounce the blooper. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to Rip Cheeto here. His first 6 checks, his first 6 items can be key progression items, or he can zap me. 3, 4, ooh, 5. I'm gonna actually reset that, and I will buy the first 4. So, spin attack, any badge that's like attack is really good in this randomizer with the way that I play. So, I designed my settings to kind of be, set for like, racing, for marathons, for stuff like this. So I'm pretty stacked. I have like, 1 level of HP. I've got, 30 FP, 30 BP. It helps make it consistent and helps avoid random encounters. The side effect of being that leveled up is that a lot of enemies are weaker than you and die to things like bump attack, spin attack, first attack. So having spin attack is really great for helping me avoid random encounters. Alright, so we'll stop there. We're gonna equip that right away. Oh, my money's gone. Alright, come here, Bombette. Alright. So we're gonna go this way. We have such little stuff. I think I'm gonna make a quick pit stop. We're gonna run into chapter 7 and just check. There's actually a shop and 2 additional checks, so that's 8 items total. I think there's 6 items in the shop. And we'll upgrade Bombette along the way as well. I am from Nashville, Tennessee. Although I didn't grow up there, so I don't actually have that accent.
The other question from the chat, what games have you speedrun?
Oh my gosh, I'm old. I have speedrun a good number. Not as much as our dear friend Author Blues. That man's a machine. Ooh, it's sushi, everybody.
Ooh.
And the fire shield. That is the chapter 5 starter kit. I'm gonna sell something real quick, yeah. So I can kind of just run down like kind of my history. When I got into speedrunning, I started with this game, with all cards and Paper Mario. I then moved on to Pokemon Red and Blue, kind of the pre-RNG manip era. About the time I started to just generally get burned out of running that was when we were finding out how to like manip Nidorans to get, good stat spreads, all that good stuff. I was actually one of the first 5 people to crack the 2-hour mark, which is really cool and a reminder of how old I am. What else have I done? I've done A Link to the Past. I've done Minish Cap. Probably as far as like my speedrunning career, I'm most known for the DKC trilogy. I used to be one of the fastest in the world at completing all 3 games. I've done 2 GDQ runs on the main stage of DKC 3. Do I have space for that? I'll take it if I have space. Cool. I've run Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Sleep, Final Fantasy VII on the PC. Cool. Actually, no, just take the pipe out. Take the pipe out. I've kind of just been all over the place with my speedrunning career.
You should do Forbidden Memories with me sometime.
I don't know about that part. Yeah, I've kind of just been in the randomizer life a lot, with the new baby. It's just like it's hard for me. Like I love speedrunning this game, but it's hard to like sit down for 4 hours and be able to speedrun without having to like stop for something. All right, here we go. Well, now I have sushi, which makes this a little bit better. One, because I'll be able to do more in Chapter 5, and because I'll have somebody that can also attack this blooper. What you just saw was probably illegal in about 5 states. That poor blooper. Oh, heck. Well, see you later, gamer. So why does my partner list have all the partners? I think that's just how they have the rando constructed, because you can make it so even if you don't have the partners, you can use their abilities outside of battle, kind of like an HM in Pokemon. But until you have them, they'll have that question mark on their name. Oh, come home, my little friend. I may want to. Is there anything else I can sell? I am burning through money. This is wild. I'm actually. Well, I'll wait till I see another shop. That Ultra Stone might be valuable later on. I'll wait till I see another shop. I got sushi from the Chapter 7 shop. I don't have the Jade Raven. Okay. So I make a little bit of a side trip out here. I'll dodge it if I have the Jade Raven, because the Jade Raven's what lets you get back to Raphael the Raven, and he spits you out here when you're done talking to him. But since I don't have him, good thing I did that. It's good to check, just because you never know when you'll be back here. So that's one of the key items needed to complete Chapter 2. It's one of these. What the? It's one of the key items needed to complete Chapter 2. That's one of the stones that lets you access Toot and Koopa's room. And the first of what I'm sure will be many Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man moments. Here's Sushi trying to save Sushi. Whew, all right, I've done a lot of talking. Do you have anything that you guys want to know, or you, Sky, about the rando? Wow, Sushi! What? I thought we were friends. I saved you from the Ice Town. Yes, I've speedrun A Link to the Past and Minish Cap.
So how is this beginning looking for you? You pretty pleased with what you're finding so far in the shops?
It's fine. I mean, the shops have carried us. The shops have carried us so far. Having para-carry early is really nice. We are beelining to Chapter 2 as soon as we are done clearing this place out. I think this Shy Guy is going to be a test for me. We're going to try and spin into this Shy Guy. Okay, so... yeah, good.
I have another question. When do you stream, and what have you been streaming lately?
So stream schedule is a little bit varied with the newborn. I typically try to stream about 3 times a week. Usually Mondays and Fridays are the most consistent days I'm able to do it, and then a day on the weekend is, I don't need to go here, a Saturday or a Sunday. But I always start usually between 6 and 7 Eastern. Yeah, that's right. I'm not finishing Chapter 5, so we'll upgrade para-carry. And for the most part, it's been pape randos. I've been kind of really trying to drive the train on this, and then of course prepping for this. It's a lot of randomizer content. I like doing like A Link to the Past. I'd love to get into Zooter. I need to find some settings that kind of work with my... Well, that changes the math a little bit. It changes some settings that make it so I can kind of fit it into my normal stream windows. So a lot of randomizers right now. When my girl gets a little bit older, I'm hoping to do more consistent speedrunning again. Namely this game and the Donkey Kong games. You can also find me doing some casual RPGs now and then. Yeah, just lots of... Oh, this is like this is difficulty rating 1, I think. That's cool. Interesting. So the reason I went back there's a baby Yoshi hiding back here, and since I did not know how much health they had, I didn't know if I was going to be able to kill them all in one turn with just Bombette, basically. But getting Mega Quake gave me, you know, an AoE attack for Mario, and that was like, okay, no matter what happens, I'm going to be able to kill these enemies. So, quick side trip, just to save those baby Yoshis, because they are basically the Zooter chickens of this seed. You go out of your way. It's a real pain in the butt to save all 5 of them. I can't even save the one up there because I don't have Watt. And then you get 1 check out of it. I started with 1 partner. The others will show up on the screen but have question marks until I say them. Currently, I have Sushi, Bombette, and Parakarry.
I have a fun question of how old is the dog that's on your bed right now? It's just sleeping so soundly.
She is 3. We rescued her at the beginning of the year, and they were not sure if she's 2 or 3, so we kind of just settled on 3. She's a little bit more mature when she wants to be. I don't remember if I hit this tree or not. I did not, but it's not useful.
And then another question from chat. Were there any notable seeds in terms of how awful they were? Like a very rough item chain, for instance.
Golly. I can't remember this. Okay. See you, buddy. There was one seed that was just like the slowest just drip of my life. Like, you know, anything that was like a single check. I don't think this kills. No, okay, that's fine. Like, you know, there's a bunch of like items that you turn in, you know, that are just worth a single check, like the dictionary, Ralph's calculator, Cooper's shell. There was just, I don't remember what the exact chain was, but it was basically a bunch of one-off items leading to either more one-off items or led to key items. So you had to like go find these like 1 random things that did only 1 thing for you. Like, it was just pain. And it's just a lot of back and forth. Like, you know, it's inevitable. You're gonna have to double dip and maybe even if you're unlucky, triple dip places. All right, my spin got eaten there. That's all right though. Like that was just like the perfect storm of just garbage.
And then we have the opposite question. What would your dream start be in a randomizer?
My dream start would probably give me, honestly, all of the stuff for Chapter 5 right away. Just because it's so easy to complete Chapter 5. I mean, I've already done almost all of Chapter 5. I've only got a handful of checks and the dungeon left to go. We're now blocked off by not having the Jade Raven. So I'm done here. I'm just setting up a shortcut. It's easy to complete. You get a hammer upgrade in Chapter 5. Like, it's really nice. Completing chapters, your first 4 chapter completions get you 3 new items in the badge shop. So you get more checks. So that would require probably having either Watt or Sushi to start with. Yeah, I'm going to the train station. You know, finding the Jade Raven pretty quickly. Finding either Lackluster or Parakarry really quickly. Which pretty much, like, used to happen all the time back with the older logic, like getting a bunch of stuff for Chapter 5 and allowing you to rush it. I just realized I never checked the beach in Chapter 5. That's fine. We'll go back after this. I got so enamored with Parakarry, I forgot to go check the beach. The dream starts Goombario. What?
No, I was gonna say, I assume that's a meme in the chat there.
Yeah, I have only started with Goombario 1 time in my life, and I hope it never happens again. Goombario, I'm sorry, everybody. Goombario does nothing. He doesn't help. He's not very combat proficient. I don't need information. I played this game 300 times in my life at least. I don't need him. All right, do I have 3 letters or am I owned again? Nope, I only had 2. I've only seen 2. I haven't passed up any letters, so I'm okay with that. You know what? We're gonna grab that. Which sucks because you can only get 1 at a time. So let's see if I can... Nope. There we go. That's a nice badge to have for Lava Piranha. We will almost certainly fight Lava Piranha. There's, I think, been maybe 2 seeds in my life that have not finished Chapter 5. Oh, Whack only gives me a coin. Sorry, buddy. I regret it.
Were those seeds you didn't care for, Supreme?
Yes. They were not fun seeds. You can actually change up like how much moves cost as far as their BP and their FP. That's another one of those settings that just for consistency's sake, trying to, you know, do things for like marathons and races and all of that stuff, I don't do just because, you know, nobody wants to see like power bounce cost like 7 FP. That just like makes life very hard and very unpredictable. But it's definitely a fun thing to mess with for sure. All right, what's anything good on this ledge? Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? All right. That's a Chapter 7 item that lets you create the staircase to go up to the Crystal Palace. Have I ever played Sonic? I actually did not grow up with a lot of Sega stuff, so I didn't play any Sonic until the like Sonic Adventure 2. I've been slowly making my way through Sonic games over time. I actually owe my stream a playthrough of Sonic 3 and Knuckles here soon. Alright, so this is one place where Coin Sanity shines. There's a lot of stuff here. And most of it's useless. I know that seed is fake because I don't need any seeds to get into Chapter 6. Well, that was awfully rude. So when I spin into an enemy and it dies, it actually gives me a good indication of the maximum difficulty rating of a given chapter. Boy, I'm gonna feel like a fool if the Pulse Stone is in the jungle. That will be a pretty bad routing mistake. I actually have enough keys to get to the end of Chapter 2. I can't beat Chapter 2 because I don't have all of those. I don't have the 3 stones needed to enter Tootin' Koopa's room. But we can clear pretty much every room of Chapter 2 once we're able to get into it. The best partner to start with overall, that's a tough question because there's kind of like from the routing perspective, and then there's just from the just overall utility perspective. I love Paracarry. Paracarry, did I check this? Yes, I did. Paracarry is my favorite partner, and I think like obviously there's a level of subjectivity, but I honestly think objectively, as far as trying to accomplish your goals in this game, Paracarry is the best partner, followed closely by Bombette. Alright, so nothing changes with this guy. You gotta lie to him to get past him. Remember, it is morally okay to lie to birds. But yeah, as far as like your starting partners, like not all of them, most of them bring something different to the table. A number of checks that you may or may not be able to do. That's one area where Paracarry is actually not as strong. He doesn't really open up a lot for you early on. Alright, so this is going to look a little bit wonky. Yep, that's exactly what it was. Basically just like an ice trap from Zooter. Oops. Got me right at the end of my spin. This has not been my best seed for avoiding enemies. Alright, that enemy health looks vanilla, so it is very likely difficulty rating 2, which is perfectly fine. This is another chapter that more often than not gets completed. That's an unfortunate place to get that. So, yeah, the routing through the desert can be a little bit wonky for me just because the bottom half of the desert doesn't have a ton, but it's got a handful of one-offs. The top half of the desert has a lot more rooms. Cool. A lot more rooms that have more valuable checks. So now we're done with the top part for now. Go up here. Yep, the randomizer, it's been around for a little bit now. It's a couple of months at this point. 3, 4, oh, thought I baited him. Well, good night, sweet princess. I don't really want to lose any more money. Back counting. 8, 9, 10. No, yo, double dip's a nice one. I didn't really care for that one though. That's a fake item. Badges cannot come out of yellow boxes. Yeah, the randomizer is so good, y'all. It is so flexible. I'm trying to think. I don't really think I need this. I already have. Put over this. It's so flexible. It's so customizable for being this early in development. Hey, buddy. All right, that gets me further access to Chapter 1. Well, if I was worried about dying this stream, I shouldn't be. It is not one of the presets. Gosh dang it. These guys are getting me right at the bottom of my spin every time. I have my own custom things just to do a little bit more quality of life and make it kind of more consistent for me. I actually haven't looked at some of the new presets that they've had since one of the, I think the June update. Oh yeah, this room has like 5 things in it. Please just die. They're relentless today. No, I do not need an egg in this trying time. Nope. Double Lubba Castle key, we'll take it. That's one of the keys needed for Chapter 5, or Chapter 3. Another Koopa Fortress key, that's always good. Pretty solid room, can't complain. I'm gonna jump across to the right here, make sure I don't get myself into that tornado, or we'll have a bad time. Adam, the release this morning really threw me for a loop. I was like, wait a minute. Something's not right about this test sheet I made. This room is not fun, but there's a singular item. It looks like a dried shroom. Alright, so now we're going to make our way back to the bottom of the desert. I really do not like the item placement of the bottom of the desert. There's like, if we're dividing it into like northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast, southwest has like 2 checks. Southeast has a bunch, but they're on the far end of the southeast quadrant. The northern quadrant, or the northern quadrants, are a lot more just clean to move through. Coin, so we don't need to use the tornado. Coin, so Cooper can stay in his little box for now. Cool.
Now, are you using your map of the desert here, Supreme, or are you trying to do this from memory?
I did it from memory. It's like I told you in the pre-show. It's like if I have the map open, I'm like almost always fine. It's when I do not use the map. It's when I wander around like a clown. We're gonna upgrade sushi. Thank you, Pirate Our Puffs. Alright. Only 3 more items out here in the desert. I don't need another one of those. Well, that was just a coin at least. And we just refreshed, so we're gonna do this. That's one of the settings. You can have his outfit, or you can have your partner's colors change on load. I do it just for the giggles. It makes me laugh seeing like Waluigi on one screen and then Mario on the other, and then Super Mario Maker Mario or Fire Flower Mario. All of that good stuff. All right, so we still gotta play this out like normal. Gotta bait this guy over here to return to his store. Not seeing anything good from the preview. Yeah, alright, so we're gonna check some items. We do not need 3 life shrooms this early. And we do not need that ultra bunch, or ultra shroom. So we still need to do the same thing to get up to Moustafa by the dried shroom and the dusty hammer. Yep, we know that, dude. Trust me on this. Hey, fun fact about the randomizers, you can actually throw away items. I could sell them, but they're only 2 coins a piece, so... I forget how many star pieces I have, so I'm just gonna grab that while you're right there. I don't think there's anything else required in the star piece shop, but I think there was a nice item sitting in the more expensive category. Alright, so this is the last thing. I'm gonna go back to chapter 5, just in case. I do not want to leave, because it's 6, 7, 10. That's 12 checks I just completely just did not do. At least 13, 14, something like that. And then we can all laugh at me when the pulse stone that lets me access the chapter 2 dungeon is one of them. You are allowed to do that. You can laugh at me for my dumb. Spike shield, that was it. Thank you. That's actually fine. If there was one badge that would be perfect to be in that shop, it would be the spike shield, because the only time I ever use it is on Final Junior Chupa. So we don't need it until we're going to the end of the game anyways. Alright, so we did not go to the left here. Yeah, the trees hold many secrets. Like this nice shooting star. And this Koopa Bros Fortress. And this cookbook. All right, we don't need those. It is actually absurd how many live streams we've seen this early. Get rid of Fireflower for that. So the blueberry is really nice because you do need... Wait, I don't want that. You do need 2 of them to do all the checks. Any berries do not count against your inventory. They count as key items until you have more than the required amount. So you need 1 red berry, 1 yellow berry, and 2 blueberries. So those will not count against your inventory until you have more than that number. Real or fake, gamers? You know what? I'm gonna go check those other items. You tell me if that's real or fake. We'll take that.
Depends. What is your setting on real versus fake?
I have moderate. Oh no, the delay. Well, we'll let him see. Oh! It's the real Ultra Stone! I'm gonna check something. I have 3 of those fortress keys. That's what I thought. I just wanted to double check. Okay, So the thing about going back to chapter 1 is you need 4 keys to beat it. I only have 3. So I think I'm going to take a dive into chapter 3 really quick. Because there aren't that many checks on the other side of the Cooper Bridge in chapter 1. Yeah, everybody's popping off. What they don't know is that anytime I get the Ultra Stone real first, the seed is almost always cursed as heck.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah. We have a lot of options though, so I'm not super worried about it. But yeah, so there's not that many checks on the post Cooper Bridge side of chapter 1. So I think I'm gonna take a dive in here first, especially since I have the record, and do a bunch of checks. I don't have the portrait, so I can't go past the mansion. So where's that fuzzy? All right. That guy's got some words of wisdom. Unfortunately, sir, I have played this game too many times. All right, Mr. Bulb, what you got for me? You gonna blow me up like your friends? Oh. Cool. We'll take it. Oh, Paper Mario Discourse. Oh, no. I love all of them equally as long as their name isn't Sticker Star. You can go to pm64randomizer.com to learn more about this randomizer. Ooh, Chapter 3 has got a low difficulty rating too, since that thing died pretty quick. Well, we know that's fake. Good thing I didn't come here first.
This is where I would get lost. I remember when I played this casually. This forest was really confusing for me.
I may have had a stream last week where I definitely looped in here 3 times because I am a fool. All right, one more check in the forest, and then we head to the mansion. Tell me to pick it up. We all know that it's fake. I'm not picking up the fake item just to lose more health. Unbelievable.
You know what the fans want, Supreme.
They want to see me suffer. I know how this works. I actually like Color Splash, to be completely honest with you. Do I think it's a great masterpiece of a video game? No, but I think it's way better than Sticker Star is.
I believe Pi calls suffering within the game for the fan stream value.
Yeah, and there's a reason that man has 5,000 people to watch him, and I only get like 40, so I get it.
After how many seeds of Iron Man? He's going for like 7,000.
That man has a special tolerance for pain that I will never understand. If you pick up a fake item, you usually either blow up or get zapped by lightning. Really? Wow. Cool. All 4 runes keys already. This game is like, go to chapter 2, but I don't have the pulse stone. Right, we have the record, so we can play this minigame real quick. Alright, did I do this right, or did I cut it close? Alright, we're good. Ooh. Man, I'm really regretting not picking up that item pouch in Chapter 4. Oh, no. Alright, get rid of that. Let's say this is the last check we can do. I don't think I got the weight. Let me double check. No.
Every time I look at these doors, all I can think of is chocolate candy
Chocolate bars. Yeah.
I don't know why I can't unsee it.
They're just Hershey bars. All right, so we don't care about this, but unfortunately, we have to watch the minigame. Oh, you're right. There was a badge. This is why I keep you around. That's why you have the diamond badge in my Chatawalla.
It's great seeing folks from your community here, Supreme.
Absolutely. They've been so supportive. They've been so excited for this. Nice. Wait, how much? Oh, that's so expensive. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I believe there's a sentence for this in Zelda. Boy, this is really expensive.
All right, well, we have the storeroom key, which lets us go see 4 checks back here. That seems really cool, doesn't it? Oh, come on! Are you kidding me?
Oh, this is good, Supreme.
So we just got the storeroom key in Forever Forest. We'll turn that cookbook while I'm right here. We just got that cookbook in for the storeroom key in Forever Forest that leads us to the Boo Wait to take back to Forever Forest. However, this time we are going to go through the sewers. I hate this room. I really do. Oh, wrong entrance. I do this every seed. Every seed, I go in the sewer wrong entrance at least one time. I blame the Ultra Stone for this. Anyways, so I have this running gag. It's not endearing. I don't find it endearing, that's for sure. Where I in my mind, there's two rooms. One that gives the warp to chapters or prologue chapter 1 and chapter 2, and one that gives the warp to chapter 3. In the warped chapter prologue 1, 2, and 3 has a blooper. In my mind, the blooper should be on the lower of the two floors, but it is not. I don't know why I can't get this out of my mind, but it's just forever ingrained in my mind that this should be the floor the blooper is on, not the Koopas. So I make that mistake every single seed. All right. We're going to think about some conservation of resources here. Because I did not come in with full flower power. The sewers are vanilla. So these guys have the same amount of health that they always do, as do the bloopers. The fun thing about fighting the bloopers is it is a progressive system. So the first blooper you fight will always be the 30 HP one. The second blooper you fight will always be the 50 HP one, and the third one you fight will be the 70. So I tried not to fight the one that's guarding only a single chest if I can avoid it. I hope this kills. Perfect. So the reason I'm doing this instead of just traipsing back through the forest is, one, I hate the forest. Two, there's 3 checks hiding behind this room. So if I'm going back to the forest immediately, I might as well just go do it. Get it out of the way. All right. This is why we saved that FP, just to end this fight quicker. Yeah, second is Electro. Third is... it spawns baby ones that are really annoying. I don't know. I fight it like once in a blue moon. I fight it only if I absolutely have to. So I'm going to grab that money just to have it. 2. Coin. Pulse Stone. Good thing we came back here. That's the chapter 2 dungeon right there. And the Crystal Berry? Cool. Crystal Berry gets us 1 additional check in Flower Fields. So that doesn't really change my priority much. We probably will dive back into chapter 2 sooner rather than later now. Alright, so we got the wait. The wait opens up a lot of checks. Electro Blooper's not that interesting because you can cancel out its electric charging with Paracarry, or any attack that doesn't directly impact your contact with your partner. So like Sushi's Squirt also stopped its electro charge, so it becomes just a really boring fight. Third Blooper's where it's at. It's like I said, I really do not like fighting that thing. All right, we got just boring, bouncy game here. So with the new setting that came out today, this could actually be a hammer in the future. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this. The boots. This was the same as when Bayleaf ran, but the boots and the hammers are progressive. So I can technically get the boots in the sewer first. It just requires getting the other 2 hammers first. All right, so we can't buy anything from this shop, but we can take a peek at what it is. Shooting Star, Bubbleberry, Tubba Blubba, Fortress Castle Key. Shops can't have fake items, so we know that's real. All right, so we'll have to keep that in mind for later. All right, so we got a handful of more checks, 4 more before we are done here for now. The mansion will only have 1 additional check, and it's meeting Bo. Wow, okay, Chapter 2 value pack here. Oh, and tripled it.
These are some nice finds here, Supreme.
No joke. All right, that's the last thing we can do here. Okay, so, sorry, I'm looking at my tracker here. So I'm just trying to weigh the number of checks in the Chapter 2 dungeon versus the number of checks on the way to Koopa Fortress. They're roughly equivalent, so I think I'm gonna peek Chapter 1. Kind of just on the fly random decision, because I can't... Right, this is Chapter 7 difficulty. Can't spin away from this. It's just kind of taking a gamble on which one's gonna have something I need. I think the odds I am able to get the last fortress key and... Right. Oh, I've already been here. I saw that box and I was like, I haven't been here? The odds of me finding a fortress key in the fortress is probably really low. But you basically just take a gamble because you can't complete either chapter at the moment. Alright, this is why we need Cooper. I'm glad y'all are enjoying. Makes me happy. I love this game so much. Like I was saying, you know, having the newborn makes it hard to like actually speedrun the game, but this gives me kind of a new thing that lets me keep the game fresh and keep playing it. Yes, please keep taunting me with the letters. I love it. I love it. Thanks so much. You want to go down the pipe, buddy? Maybe? Here's a random change. When you approach this chest, normally this is the first screen of the Koopa Fortress. They changed it today so it continues to play the Pleasant Path music. I'm really not sure what spurned that change. I don't know if there's some kind of issue that popped up, if it was playing that music and something happened. But here we are. Oh, here's something fun. The Koopa Bro colors can change. Now we've got Teal Koopa. This has actually been a thing so long. Teal Koopa may be an actual color of one of them, and I just don't know more. You know, I'm always really amused by this stuff. Like, I see difficulty rating 7 for Chapter 1 at least 50% of the time, and I find that really odd that it rolls it that high. So the Koopa Bros, I know this because I see it so much. The Koopa Bros are going to have 16 health apiece. The Bowser has a bunch of health. It's a big mess. All right, so we don't care about that. Check when we can get around to it. Don't care about that one, and we don't care about that one. So the big question is, what do I do about the fire bar room? Oh, oopsies. Since this is Chapter 7 difficulty and I can't kill them right away, and I have to come back anyways, I'm kind of tempted to just skip the fire bar room for now. Because you have to fight 3 sets of enemies, including paratroopers, which make this a lot more frustrating. So I think we make the executive decision to skip that check for now. It's one check. It's obviously more superstition than anything else, but I swear on my life I see that thing just be a coin anytime I go in there. So I've never had the desire to check it. unless I can instantly kill the enemies. So here we have another Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man moment. We got Bombette talking to Bombette. Why? Why does everybody hate me? Suju zapped me too. Unbelievable. All I do is try to save these people from their pain. I can't say I've ever been surprised by an item working against something. Like, most of the time it's pretty predictable what will or will not work. Like, you can't use, like, a lightning item against Huff and Puff when he's all charged up. Like, you know, nothing really takes me by surprise, personally. Please.
So right, what are you thinking? Oh, sorry, go ahead. I was going to ask, how cursed do you think this is actually going to turn out? I've heard a lot of mixed reactions from you so far.
It's trending in the cursed direction right now. I have a gut feeling that there is a lot of stuff locked in Shy Guy's toy box. That is my feeling right now. And we need the toy train to progress any further in there. Alright, so instead of watch the cutscene 800 times, we're just gonna floop, 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 right across this way here. And there's really no more checks here. All I'm doing is setting up a shortcut for when I can come back here. Yeah, the fact that we're I did not start my timer. So we're probably like an hour-ish in now, and I'm not really that close to finishing any chapter. Does not give me the good vibes. Yeah, it's pretty much right at an hour, isn't it? Alright, so we are going to go... That just lets me come back and I can jump up on those stairs when I get back. I think really the best thing for me to do... I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything important. I'm gonna take a peek at this. That's a nice built-in tracker. That's pretty cool. Oh, I have the melody. I have the melody and I have 2 blueberries. So I can either go back to chapter 2 and see what the dungeon holds, or I can do a handful of smaller checks and see if those yield anything, because it would obviously be very deflating if I walked into chapter 2 and could not get the lunar stone in the chapter 2 dungeon and have to come back and do it again. They are still locked behind their respective bosses. It's actually very funny. The star spirits still work in the order you get them. So let's say I get Muscular, chapter 4 star spirit first. He actually shows up in the animation for a refresh. So you could get a smooch from any of the stars at a certain point. Checks are basically anything that you can turn, like you can turn in, you can talk to somebody and get an item from them, that kind of thing. Any item box. All kinds of fun stuff. Okay. So if I go back into chapter 6, I now have Paracarry, and that means I can now do everything on the Yellowberry side, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more checks, 2 blueberries, which means I can get 4 more checks. Yeah, this seems like a good play. So like I said, I really don't want to go back into chapter 2 until I feel like I can finish it, if I can avoid it. But if this doesn't yield anything, there's a good chance I probably just need to go back to chapter 2. Yeah, so we learned that the other day, actually, Awala, when my progression was blocked off. Because I started with Parakarry, who, as I mentioned earlier, which one of these are going? Because my progression was blocked off, and I had already turned in. Hello? I had to talk to Petunia first. I'm silly. So we learned that if you have the melody, you get both the rewards for the lyrics and the melody if you talk to them back to back. Because my progress was locked behind, like I had Bombette or somebody locked behind the melody turn in. I just want to see how much health these guys have. Trying to think if I want to bother doing this. This also has the makings of a big time waste. But since they only have 7 health apiece, Mega Quake will kill them all in one hit. And now I have enough FP to make that happen. So, it'll take a little bit of time, but given the way this seed has started, we might as well do it.
I mean, from the way I see it, it looks like you've been moving pretty fast through this, Supreme.
There's going to come a point where we get one item that basically just lets me do a whole boatload of things. It's just trying to find that one item. I really think it's the toy train. I really think the toy train is what causes this seed to blow up. Because I already have the means to make the cake, which means I can get to the end of chapter 4 as long as I get the toy train. Well, that certainly was not worth it. They might have. I want to say that's right. So there's a very good chance that this is just vanilla difficulty rating for chapter 6. I don't really need another snowman doll. I really don't need the potate either. I think Parakarry is my best bet here. So this fight I don't like this fight. Mostly because Lakitus can spawn other enemies. Other enemies that have high defense. So it becomes a pain in the butt. This is a lower difficulty level because those have a lot less health than normal. So we are going to zap them. Can't one-shot them, but we can take out at least one of them. Okay, cool. So I don't have to worry about another enemy spawning. I mean, I would be able to take it out with the hammer pretty easily, but it obviously takes more time to fight more things. Boom. I'm trying to think. Toy Train would be good. The Boo Portrait would be good. That lets you get to the back half of Chapter 3. And it lets me buy items from the Boo Shop where we know there is a Tub of Lubba Castle key waiting for me. I think Bo is honestly, that's fake because we have that badge already. So you know what, Rosie? I'm not even gonna give you what you want. I'm leaving. Goodbye. So yeah, the Boo Portrait or the Toy Train are kind of our linchpins right now. Either one of those gets us access to a whole host of new things. It's because I'm level 16. And this has a low difficulty rating. So these enemies are all weaker than normal. Oh, I needed to, use Parakarry, like I said, like 5 times. No lime. Okay. I don't have any good dad jokes off the top of my head. I'm sorry, Dostar. Did not come prepared today. All right. So that ended up being a pretty big waste of time. Doodle-doo-doodle-doo. Oh, one thing I can do now, while I'm here quickly, we can throw a tantrum in this guy's house because the seed's been cursed. So many letters. I don't like it here. Badges cannot come out of yellow blocks. That is correct. Yeah, I'll make sure I pull out my worst dad jokes for you guys the next time I stream, just for you guys. Do you like that emote, Sky? I have one where people can boo me for telling bad jokes, where they point and tell me to get out. So you can, it's just a setting that you toggle, and I do not toggle it because that adds a lot of things to the pool, and it means I actually have to pay attention to the letters that I have. Paracarry. They give you star pieces normally, I think. Alright, so we're going to take a quick dive into the Chapter 2 dungeon. I say quick, we can basically do everything but beat the dungeon. Yeah, laugh it up. Laugh it up. Oh my god. This game is so rude. Oh, look! I'm Luigi! I'm not lying to the bird this time! Potentially Sky's AFK. This is a long rando, so if she needs a quick break, I certainly would not blame her for stepping away. Sure, it's factually correct, but it still hurts my feelings that he gave me a letter that he then will have to deliver himself later. All right. I'm updating my tracker while I wait. Damage dodge. Oh my gosh, so many games. I can't wait to introduce her to the Donkey Kong Country series. My first video game that I ever remember my mom playing was DKC2. Like, everybody always memes on, like, Sticker Brush Symphony being, like, you know, this big cliche popular song. But, like, that's legitimately the first video game song I ever heard. So it's, like, very special to me. there any others? This game, obviously. I am the world's worst tracker. My chat will tell you that.
Okay, what story? I feel like there's a story behind this, Supreme, if you don't mind telling it.
For what?
We're talking about tracking.
I'm just very terrible at tracking things. I am, like, really bad. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm following my logic now. I was, like, already trying to think ahead what I'm doing next, but I'm getting the hammer here. So I can go to prologue after this. What other kind of games am I excited to introduce Lily to? Paper Mario and the DKC games are probably the big ones. Something good? Nope. I remember when we came home from the hospital, Kirby and the Forgotten Land had come out like just a couple days before she was born. So like whenever I was like just sitting with her and chilling, she would be sitting on my lap while I played Kirby. So I think Kirby will be a fun one for us, especially because it's not hard to get into as a kid. Zelda games definitely will be good ones. I don't know. I grew up on like 90s Nintendo, so like a lot of those classic franchises are very, very special to me. Plus, a lot of my RPG ones that I love are probably not child appropriate. Persona not exactly a very kid-friendly game thematically or, you know, in general. Oh, Pokemon, yes.
I would love to see, I'm with chat, I would love to see what starter she chooses.
I have a feeling she'll be biased towards Charmander as far as Gen 1 goes. And that's because I may have a like 2-foot-tall Charmander pillow plush thing from when I was a kid myself. It is currently sitting on our guest bed. So she's just gonna see a giant Charmander for much of her childhood. Legend of Dragoon is a game that needs a remake. I played that game for the first time 2 or 3 years ago now, and it was really novel, but it definitely has aged not the best. All right, so now I have the Super Hammer, which lets me break these blocks here. But more importantly, after I leave here, what that's going to do for me is let me... which ones do I have? Pyramid and Diamond, cool. It's going to let me access Prologue, which lately has been very loaded for me as far as items go. So normally I don't do this check, but given that we're kind of in a rough patch of progress, it's kind of important. So, fun story about SMRPG. I know we talked about this earlier, but so, you know, SMRPG came out in a similar time frame to SM64. Like, it was one of the later SNES games. And I remember getting my N64 for Christmas and Super Mario 64. But my grandma got me the video game guide for SMRPG. So for years, I had this guide to a game I did not own, but I always thought it was so cool. And, you know, my parents were going to buy me a game for an old console. They're like, why would you want that? So it took me a long time. That's enough FPO. A long time to play the game. It's been a while, so I'm just checking my badges before I fight this. All right, time to bounce on this guy. Oh gosh. timing because I have super boots. Welcome, I head bob with my power bouncing. All right, so that was a cap. If Mario kind of leaps off at an angle instead of drop straight to the ground, that means you got capped by the game. I forgot I had Zap Tap on. So there's really nothing I could have done about that. My power bounce was just done. Capped again. Alright, so he'll be dead on the next turn. Crystal is my favorite Pokemon game. It was not my first. I was a Gen 1 gamer. Gen 2 is probably my favorite gen, though. That's another game I used to... I wouldn't say I used to speedrun it. I really did like 1 or 2 runs, but Crystal was one I would love to do more of, too. Oh, for crying out loud. We're gonna make like 500 trips to Chapter 3. It's a good thing I opened up the shortcut.
Is that atypical of this? Like, is that not something you would usually do?
I try to minimize my trips places. It's just, I mean, there's like, you know, it's just one of those things. There's really nothing I can do. Like, Chapter 3 has held different points of progress. You know, I don't think it's, the number of trips I've made so far is not what I would call suboptimal. It's, you know, it's required. So that's just unfortunate. Alright, there's one item here, and then we head to Prologue. Fine, we'll grab it. That badge is called Feelin' Fine. If that is the real Feelin' Fine, it is a nice badge to have on Bowser, because his claw attack can poison you, and this prevents that. So, we will take our time to grab that one. So, that gets us access to the back half of Chapter 3. And it... Right, that's the right pipe. And it allows us to access the Boo Shop. So we'll get another Tub of Lubba Castle key. It's funny, we are a lackluster away from being able to finish Chapter 6. We got all of those items right away. But lackluster is nowhere to be found. So... I feel like I have no choice but to fight fight King Goomba. What a nerd. Give me a calculator. My gosh. But King Goomba's gonna have a lot more health than you're used to seeing. But first, we're gonna cruise our way through Prologue. I think Goomba King is the most comedic example of how the difficulty system works. Waterstone. And the mailbag. And a jam and jelly. Nope. Let's get rid of the mushroom. Oh, that lock. Alright, not been the prologue of Legend so far. I don't know if it was like a logic update, and I guess the randomizer did get updated today, but a lot of my seeds lately have had really stacked prologues. Like that spring I bounced off of, I had a seed where there were 3 key items in that chain of 4 items. I don't think you do anything. You give me words of wisdom and encouragement, I'm sure. I'm doing all right on money and XP, so I'm just rolling. Ooh! Oh, come on! That's unfortunate. What is interesting? So now that toy train lets us beat Chapter 4. That's my favorite badge. Can I please have it, Goomba? Thank you. All right. Who do I want for this fight? I think Paracarry. So, there's one thing I can do right now in Chapter 5, and I'm really kind of tempted to. Look how much HP these Goombas have now. Is this not absurd? 22 health on red. So that's difficulty rank 7 for you.
That was not what I was expecting there.
Yup. It's something. It's something, all right. All right. The nice thing is they do maintain their weakened state against the Goomba King. So what's really frustrating about this is that there's only one check blocked by the king, because if you remember at the very start of the seed, I was doing the stuff on the right side of the bridge. So I'm not even gonna like spring him into oblivion. I'm gonna let him hide in his castle for till the end of time after I beat him. But you'll see that tree is sparkling, and there is actually an item in that tree that I could potentially need. So, the optimal thing next to do is to go back to Chapter 3 for the third or fourth time. I think since I'm going to take the shortcut to Chapter 3, what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to go save the last Yoshi child and see what that gets me. And the only reason I'm doing it this time, look at that, 40 health on King Goomba. Unbelievable. The only reason I'm doing that this time is because I'm very superstitious about my Ultra Stone early, and I'm expecting this to be just some cursed nonsense. And since this is, just a fun part of GDQ, might as well get it done. Ow, that was rude. He's a boss, so I think he plays by those rules as far as caps go. So I think that's more DPS. He's gonna die this turn anyways. Oops, I guess I'll find out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's it. Alright, see you, nerd. Wow. 99. Cool. I hate it here.
Oh my goodness.
And this is why I'm gonna go save the baby Yoshi. Just because, it just feels like that kind of a seed. And there's no fight involved, so it'll take me no time at all.
Is there always going to be something on difficulty 7 and it just happened to be on Chapter 1 this time around?
Yep. Yep, it just rearranges all of those. There's 8 chapters, but the final chapter always remains the same because it's Bowser. So it just takes that 1 through 7 and assigns them to different chapters. Alright, so we got one more baby Yosh. What's the fastest way to get to you? I think it's still this way. do this.
I do want to remind folks, please be sure to follow Supreme. That is at twitch.tv/Supreme. And of course, also for folks watching on YouTube, I would also like y'all to follow Supreme at twitch.tv/Supreme.
Thank you.
And really quickly here as well, please do remember that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support weekly Hotfix content. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy these weekly Hotfix shows.
Yeah, the end of the randomizer requires you to fight Bowser. There's different settings. I'll talk about this while I'm finishing this side quest up. So Bowser's Castle can be run one of 3 different ways. I can't see anything. Okay, cool. It can be vanilla, which means you just play through Bowser's Castle as you see it in the original game. You can do what's called, I forget what they call it now. It's a shortened version that basically removes any room or fight that requires a specific partner. So that way you're not partner locked out of anything and would have to like leave and go back and, oh, I went the wrong way back. That's fine. If you didn't have sushi in a seed, you got to what we call the toilet room where you have to like raise and lower the water levels constantly by pulling on chains, you wouldn't have to like leave Bowser's Castle to go find sushi somewhere. And then there's what I'm doing, which is just called Boss Rush mode, which drops you off at the room where the Duplighosts are right before the last Junior Troopa fight. And the only reason I do that is because unless you are desperate for offense or FP or something, you are just gonna try and blast through Bowser's Castle as fast as you can anyways. Oh, there! All right, cool. Love it. I love it here. Okay. Well, in an interesting turn of events, we can now beat Chapter 6. This is what I'm talking about, that single drip, that saving those 5 Yoshi babies got me a chapter completion. Oh my god. I can't think of a time where Chapter 6 has ever been the first chapter I finished in a seed. Actually, I'm gonna go do this real quick. So I got the Water Stone. Or was that the fake item in the chain? Hold on a second. Nope, that was real. So this is 3 checks, so I might as well go do it real quick while I'm here. It was lackluster, yeah. So turning in the Water Stone, Water Lily gives you a reward for turning in the Water Stone, and that tree in the background right there has 2 items in it as well. So 3 items for the cost of about a minute of my time. Might as well. So we'll just kind of do a rundown here. Chapter 1, I need 1 more key to finish that chapter. Chapter 2, I just need that lunar stone, the moon-shaped stone that goes into the socket. Chapter 3, I just need one more Tub of Lava Castle key now that I have the Boo portrait. Chapter 4, I just need the toy train. Chapter 5, I just need the Jade Raven. Like literally, we're one just big chain of items away from being able to finish the seed already. Like it's really like this seed. I know I've been making funny noises and being all silly about. Well, that's just rude. Silly about this, but like the items we're getting are just late stage items. Like we just need those key first steps for a given dungeon to be done. Oh well, you know what? That just saves me some trouble. I don't have to go make the cake now. All right. So not a completely terrible set of use of my time there. So yeah, I mean, like this seed could just blow open immediately, and we've seen things like that before. Like there's a seed where I got the super hammer pretty late, went to prologue, and just found a billion items all at once. That just completely blew open the seed. And the nice thing is, we probably don't have to come back here because the only thing we'll have left is Lackluster. By and large, I try to save, you know, optional fights, or optional in the randomizer sense, of like bigger enemies, unless I absolutely have to. So like the third blooper, anti-guy, Lackluster, all things I try not to fight if I don't have to. And since we have Lackluster, I'm going to upgrade Lackluster here. So I don't know what difficulty level Chapter 7 is at the moment. We know it's not 7, so we know the enemies are going to be weaker. Alright, don't need that. But, oh, for crying out loud. There's Chapter 5 completion right there. So having Lackluster or Bow have their attack that scares enemies away is really nice to have. So we'll upgrade Lackluster at least one more time in this seed to give him Hurricane. You guys couldn't give me one? All right. Oh, that hit didn't register. Are you kidding me? All right. That's just about how tonight's gone. That's fine. You can't fully break the machine until on the left side until that one hit on the right is registered. Okay, so yeah, I think after this we go beat Chapter 5. We can go do that right, like literally nothing is stopping us. And then after Chapter 5, we go and we do the Ascension part of Chapter 3. So we go up to Tubba Castle. We may not be able to finish it. That would be about par for the course tonight. But that is a lot of key items.
So, have you ever done a save every Star Spirit category? And if so, how long did that take you?
I only did that back when the Rando first came out, so I only did a handful of seeds on that, and it took me, I think, 3.5 to 4.5 hours on average. Like, you know, by and large, by the time, it is not uncommon that by the time I have finished my 5 Star Spirits, that I'm like 1 or 2 items away from being able to finish the rest of the chapters. So it really doesn't add too much time. And then I guess the other thing about that is that was back before the boss rush version of Bowser's Castle existed, so I still had to spend like 15 to 20 minutes in Bowser's Castle just navigating through rooms, you know, I've seen a million times and I don't check for items in. So if I were to do 7, I can't imagine it would add more than maybe half an hour. I mean, because we've seen how this seed has gone so far. I've almost full cleared 1, 2, 3, 4 chapters out of 7 at this point. Like by the time we're done with Chapter 5, we will have like full cleared most of 4 chapters. Wait, I'm not in go mode. I might as well check what that is. There's an item back here. What is that? Oh, it's a dizzy dial. Alright, so these enemies are weaker. I don't know what difficulty rating this is, so hopefully Huff and Puff's not going to have a lot of health, because he can be a little bit of a pain. Oh, before I fight him. do that. So Huff and Puff will have less health than normal. I'm kind of hoping that by having Zap Tap on, that those little enemies will die. 40's nice. 40's very nice. We'll take that any day of the week. Air raid this. I'm hoping Zap may kill these. I don't think I've ever come in here with Zap Tap equipped. Nope. Worth a shot, though. So unfortunately, those will heal Huff and Puff, basically negating Paracarry's turn. But that's no big deal. Yeah, he is in fact a fart cloud today. I have never played the Master Quest mode. I really have never heard good things about that. Oh, that's right, I have PFD down on. I was like, why did that do 4? I'm gonna be a little short on FP. It's random whether or not... Like, I always know that Huff and Puff's going to eat... like rejoin with his little buddies there on the first turn, but it's not guaranteed here. I honestly might prefer him to do that. Oh, no, he's gonna do this. I may lose a life stream here. Yeah, that's fine. That's why I have so many. Because I've still got one in storage. The first time I've seen that attack in my life was actually yesterday. So I actually do not have a good sense for when to block that. But Huff and Puff's dead. First chapter is completed of the seed.
Congrats. So I take it they go quicker as you accumulate more items, even quicker than in the vanilla version, because you're not waiting on cutscenes and other things.
Oh yeah, no Peach cutscenes. So we are right back in the action after we collect the card here. We'll go to like a save screen and then it'll spit us out in the post-chapter cutscene. Hi, Glenn. Thank you, friend. So yeah, God dang it. I used to do that all the time in speedruns, just roll right past the card. You're like slightly offset. Yeah, we can immediately go back and go to chapter 5 and beat chapter 5. Get the we can get the Ultra Hammer, which in turn lets us get the Ultra Boots, which aren't super necessary unless we need to go to chapter 7. But yeah, now we have access to Mount Lava Lava. Tree, you are so talkative. No, not yet.
I always love the expression on the tree.
He just always looks so defeated.
I would like to think of it as the tree is keeping its cool.
That's true. A lot of things going terrible around him, and he maintains his composure. All right, so we're gonna go beat chapter 5. Think about that for a second. You're... and then after I beat chapter 5, we'll probably take some time and look at the bad shop, because there will be 6 new items in the bad shop. 3 for beating that first chapter, 3 more for beating this chapter. It can be a little bit frustrating because it's random. You know, you can see the same item pop up again. And it's really annoying when it's like a coin, so you're like, oh, is that a new coin or is that the same coin from before? I don't know. So, yeah, we'll see what that gives us. Barring it, you know, it's just kind of BM. Hey, look, a second fake Ultrastone. It's just kind of BM when a fake badge comes out of a badge box. Cake mix, don't need that. This is an N64 game. So when I speedrun this, I usually do it on the Wii U version. This is obviously the N64. I don't understand, for whatever reason, pushing blocks upward is immensely challenging. Like, you could be pushing up on the control stick, and Mario is sitting there like he is trying to move a 10-ton boulder.
I mean, they do look kind of heavy, the blocks, you know?
That's fair, but he's supposed to be an expert. He's supposed to be a gamer. Switch to Bombette. Yo, it's the Piranha Plant gang. I'm thinking this lava piranha is going to have a very low amount of health. That is my sneaking suspicion. I think those usually have like 7 health instead of 4. There is a randomizer. I do not have a handy link. I believe it is linked on PM64 randomizer.com. There's one item at the top of this tree, and it is... I don't know. It does not look very tasty, though. Oh, the star piece, that is having... Oh, this is a new thing. Okay, sorry, I was really confused there for a second. So I mentioned earlier they patched in some new things today, and one of them is a shorter Raphael sequence. I was sitting there like, I haven't been up here. What are you guys doing? Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. The star piece in the bubble is usually a badge. I believe it's I Spy? I forget which badge it actually is, but there's a badge that lets you see when there's panels with hidden star pieces on a screen. And that's what that is. It's not really useful for what I'm doing, but there is a setting that lets you put those hidden star piece panels in logic so they could have key items, and it's very useful for that. Okay, so that was a rough beginning, but we are cruising now. I did not turn in the calculator, but that's not really stopping us from making any progress. I'm trying to look here now at my tracker. Yeah, we're literally like every chapter except for chapter 7 needs 1 item to finish. So we are basically just on little needle in the haystack hunts at this point.
I always get afraid with that randomizers because you know it's always going to be in the last place you look.
Oh, last locationing is a very wonderful skill of mine. All right, let's see if I can be a gamer here. Normally, lackluster, just going across the lava on lackluster is probably the fastest thing you can do. But if you can catch this platform on its first cycle, that is slightly faster. I gotta go zoom, 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 and made it. I probably should just hop on lackluster at this point, but I'm kind of just basking in my victory. All right. UG. Oh, hi, friend. If we beat Chapter 7 today, this seed has gone horribly wrong. Well, that was rude. Well, I mean, like, last location is in the last possible place it could be, not the last place I looked for it. That was a yellow box. What am I doing with my life? Also, I don't even need to be up here because I have lackluster. I will note that I do this glitchless with 2 exceptions. If I don't have lackluster, I will do a little hop to skip doing that puzzle. And again, I have lackluster. I don't have lackluster in here very often if it's not apparent. And then I will also do a small glitch that all it does is save me from doing what we can't even generously call a puzzle. It's basically just pushing 1 block to reach a ledge to hammer like 10 blocks and have a boulder crash through a wall. It's not very interesting. All right. So how are you doing, Sky? How have you been? We're just kind of cruising through this dungeon. There's not a ton of checks in here.
Oh, I'm just big chilling here. Yeah, I was actually wondering how many checks were in here. I'd only played through this casually once, but you do have to recover so many star spirits, and I assume this one's a little shorter than some of the other chapters.
Oh, this is by far. If you generated like 10,000 seeds, I would bet you beat this one 95 to 99% of the time.
Yeah, that's what I figured from this. Yeah.
Because the only requirements you have. Wait, no. I already upgraded you. Well, that's fine. We'll do it. We'll do this.
And I have to ask you, Supreme, how are you feeling about this? I know you're a little nervous about getting like a nightmare scenario seed.
It has not been a good seed by any stretch of the imagination.
My show continues the reputation of having cursed seeds on the show.
Yeah,
no,
it is so funny because I haven't even stepped foot into Chapter 7 outside of going to the shop. Like, it's not like all of it. It's just been, I've been to Chapter 3 3 times now. I'll have to make 3 trips to Chapter 2 to finish it. 2 trips to Chapter 1. It's just there's been a lot of doubling back and tripling back even to places, and that's just unfortunate. I don't think we're really in any danger of like even getting close to the 330 mark. I don't think. But if we have like 3 items deep in Chapter 7, that's trouble. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Normally, you have to break all of those blocks after you push this block all the way over. Instead, we're going to do the following. We're going to pull out Paracarry. We're going to get on the corner here. And we're going to hit the loading zone. It's called Flare Carry. Shout outs to Flare. OG speedrunner of this game back in like the early 2010s. For the fans.
I love how everybody in chat's relaxing with this too. I do want to point out I was wondering if that one was real or fake, the Goombario. You're like, eh. If you didn't pick it up, have you ever just not picked up Goombario on principle?
Let me tell you what I do, Sky. I charge my chat 5 gifted subs for me to pick up Goombario.
Oh, I see.
Sometimes he gets stuck at the bottom of a lake and nobody wants to save him. Just how it be.
So this is for the fans on GDQ today. This one's on you. I saw Supreme thinking about that. That may have been the best one.
Oh. Yeah, I never say I didn't do anything for you, chat. The boy came home. We now have all our partners. I'm gonna mega jump this. This is difficulty rating 1 Lava Piranha. This is as easy as it gets. If I had water block on with sushi, those would be doing no damage. In fact, I think I might actually do damage to them. I might just reflect the fire back at this point. But phase 1's done. I do not believe there is a color splash randomizer. That would be something. You guys could gift 5 subs to this channel. You could give 5 subs to GDQ if you wanted to repay my kindness in full. So this is why I say the snowman doll, just so I don't have to worry about their attacks.
Yeah, as a reminder again, the subs, gift subs, Prime Gaming subs, and bits treat on the GDQ Twitch channel help support our weekly hotfix content, so please consider subscribing if you enjoy these weekly hotfix shows, and if you want to pay the Goombario fee here for Supreme.
I don't know why I'm trying to save FP. Fight's done, I'm gonna get it back. Alright, that's 2 chapters done. Yeah, it's just like that, bam. We got that one item off that one solitary, like, check that gets us one thing, and 2 chapters are done just like that. Yo, I appreciate you Prime Gaming to this channel. You won't regret it. Lots of great content here on GDQ.
I love how Supreme is just destroying these bosses, and when I played against them casually on vanilla, it was such a struggle, some of these bosses.
To be fair, Lava Piranha there had actually 50% of his normal health.
Okay, because I remember that fight being a nightmare when I first tried to approach it.
Yeah, it is not fun when Lava Piranha has a lot of health. But typically, like, you know, when I saw 20 health, I was like, I don't have to play this safe at all. Like, he's not going to do any damage. It's no big deal. Because normally, that's why I upgrade Sushi in the first place, you know, for the extra damage, but also because her first upgrade is Water Block, which negates, like, a lot of damage from fire. So, you know, normally I would play that fight a lot safer if it was not that, you know, that low a health. Mr. Supreme, if I want to go back and play Paper Mario, which one should I do? You cannot go wrong with any of the first 3 for sure. Paper Mario 64, Thousand Year Door on the GameCube, or Super Paper Mario on the Wii. Whichever one is most accessible to you is not a bad starting spot. I don't mind the Wii U one Color Splash. I think it's fine. You know, it's not an RPG, and you know, it's kind of goofy how they do the battle system, but it's a fine game. And then Origami King on the Switch, I think, is the best of the new age Paper Mario, where they go away from that RPG style of gameplay. I think Origami King is a legitimately good game. Yeah, Huff and Puff was still... I mean, I lost a live stream to that Huff and Puff, but that was mostly not being prepared for that attack that he gave me. But yeah, you really can't go wrong with most of the games. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what direction this franchise goes in the future now that we don't have the company that made the Mario and Luigi games is no longer in existence. So I would love to see them go back to RPG roots with this, just for that reason alone. Alright, so I don't have the volcano vase, so that's not a check I can do. Sacred Star is not a good game. Like, I am not the kind of person that typically has, like, strong opinions about things, and, like, you know, it's like people like games, they like games, I don't really care. But Sacred Star, I legitimately do not enjoy. I did not have fun. I beat it because I had beaten every other game in the series, and that's like 20-something hours of my life that I'm never getting back. All right, so there's 6 new items here. How much money do I have? We're gonna wait and see before I buy that. Oh, hey, that's right, I gotta turn this in. Super Paper Mario is a very good game. It's just not a traditional RPG. All right. I wish I could like turn coins off in this shop just so I could. Oh. Ooh. Chapter 3 is completable now. We just have to go turn in the Boo portrait and get the key out of the basement. I'm gonna do one more swing around here. So again, it's just been a slow drip. A slow drip of completion. Since I have to go down here anyways, I think I'm going to take a side trip to go get the Ultra Boots, and I'll explain why on the way down. So, something you have to keep in mind when you're kind of thinking about this and routing it out and all that good stuff is your chapter difficulty ratings. We have seen that both chapters 5 and 6. I thought about that, and then I realized there was no way I was getting out of the way in time. Oops. So what I mean by that is, we know that chapter 5 and 6 had lower difficulty ratings. We know that because the bosses had significantly less health than normal. But what that means is that the higher difficulty chapter ratings are still out there. So there is a good chance that this chapter 3 could be very difficult. That heart, Tub of Lava's heart, could have like 50-something health. Could you get out of my way, please? Thanks. So with that in mind, I kind of want to just have extra offense. And most of my offense, since I have power jump and mega jump, come through the boots as opposed to the hammer. And I can't even use like the basic hammer attack on the heart anyways. Oh, well, that's cool. There's that volcano base I was talking about. I may go turn that in because it'll be on the way to chapter 3.
So, Supreme, we've gotten a lot of folks watching since you first introduced yourself. So do you want to talk about yourself, your Twitch channel, and what else you stream, and where folks can find you?
Yeah, that's perfect, because we're kind of just backtracking right now. So yeah, I'm Supreme. For the most part, I've been doing Paper Mario Rando for the last while. But for the most part, I do a lot of randomizer content, not just this game. A Link to the Past is one I've done a lot of. I've talked about interest in Ocarina of Time ones. Those are just a little long for my schedule. A Donkey Kong 64 randomizer just came out, everybody, and I have been progressively more tempted to try it out. So I like randomizers. It's really nice. I've talked about this a little bit. I have a newborn, so doing like regular speedruns is kind of rough because I never know when I'm going to be pulled away or if I'm going to have to take like a 10-15 minute break, that kind of thing. So while I love doing speedruns, I'm kind of right now at a point where randomizers are just a little easier for me to do. I also need to give a shout out to my wife for letting me block off like 4 hours where I'm not responsible for anything. But yeah, so I like randomizers. I like RPGs. You'll find me doing classic RPGs or like newer RPGs from time to time. Persona games I like. The Kaseki franchise, so like the Legend of Heroes series, I really like. Those are all the kinds of things you can expect. One day speedruns will be back. But yeah, so where you can find me, it's simply twitch.tv/Supreme. That's another sign that you know how old I am on this site, that I am able to have that name. Oh yeah, my wife did generate this seed, which apparently she'll never be allowed to do that again.
Yeah, someone... Oh my goodness, Supreme, no! One more chance. One more chance.
We'll see, maybe...
Yeah. This was my fault. I'll take the blame for this one. Because,
all right.
Because I know how my show can be, so don't blame her for this one.
All right.
I do want to remind, though, because someone in the chat was talking about it. So yes, DK64 Rando has a lot of hype things going on, agreed. in 2 weeks, we will be having DK64 Rando on the show. And right now it's looking like Kuiper and Spike Vegeta are going to be playing that. So again, that's 2 weeks from now here on Random Number Generation. We'll be able to feature DK64 Rando and all of the new goodies associated with that. So please be sure to tune in. Again, this is every other Tuesday, Random Number Generation. If you love randomizers, we got them here for you.
I think my favorite thing in the world is that, you know, we have like Tudos, who's a notable DK64 speedrunner who worked on this rando. The lead programmer for the rando, or one of the leads, named Kilklee, worked very hard, you know, big memeing about this rando. It is Spike frickin' Vegeta who is driving the DK64 rando train. He is taking that train. It is going like 120 miles an hour down the track. That man is gonna, oh my goodness. It's been so funny to watch how like hooked he's gotten on that.
Yeah, so sometimes folks approach me with ideas, and I want to say a couple weeks ago, Spike was like, so if you didn't know I was into DK64 Rando, and I'm like, no, really? So apparently Spike and Kuiper wanted to give it a shot, and I'm like, yeah, why not? You know, we've been wanting to have DK64 on for a little while, and apparently there's a lot of new things about it, especially, so we got to show those off, just like how you're here showing off some of the new features here on Paper Mario Randomizer.
So, fun fact about this cutscene, if you don't have bow, it has like the kind of the phantom fuzzy bow, and you press like C down, and you just stand there, and Tubba Blubba's like, hey man, what's up? I just want these ghosts, see you later.
You have to wonder, do those boos taste like marshmallows or something? You know, they're kind of fluffy. I feel so bad for them. All I can think of is just like this big creamy marshmallow, but then I see like all the cute boo faces and it's like, no!
I just don't understand how they don't escape. Like, can't they just turn invisible?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like a very sustainable diet.
Maybe that's a bow only thing?
Maybe. Oh, come on. Well, there's chapter 4. Chapter 4 is completable now, everybody. Just like that.
Wonderful.
All right, so
the next
race
question
is on for either Koopa Fortress Castle Key or the Lunar Stone.
Could this sub 3 Supreme?
What's the timer at? I have no idea.
I have 211 right now on mine.
Oh, it would be very close. This box is going. I'm gonna double check this. You know, a lot of times chapter 3 is one of the last ones I complete, so it's not very often that I like have to full clear this place. Star piece up there. Ooh, so he died to spin attack. What are my difficult chapters? Chapter 7 is going to be a difficult chapter. Interesting. Yo, the frying pan, aka the drying pan. I'm gonna just go ahead and upgrade Watt here. Since we will be beating chapter 4, having a strong Watt is very important. I think the Shy Guys had higher health values, so that might be one of my more difficult chapters. All right. So since we can beat chapter 4, we're going to kind of do the same thing with the bad shop. There's 6 more items to be found. 3 more after completing this chapter and 3 more after chapter 4. We'll just rush in and complete chapter 4 and... And then we'll go just do a bad shop sweep, assuming we have not found the Koopa Fortress Key or the Lunar Stone by that point. I hate to say it to my Chapter 7 fans out there. If Chapter 7 is the chapter we complete, something went terribly, terribly wrong with this seed. Uh-oh, I'm gonna get spiked. Nope. I love Blue Watt. Blue Watt is the only one I don't have random on every load because she's just so cute in that palette. Well, well, well. Is that real or is that fake? That's go mode if it's real. Oh, for crying out loud. Is that real? Cool. I'm gonna actually put that on. If I can. I can't. Well, I don't need those anymore. Bump attack is really nice because all you have to do is just walk into an enemy, and if it's too weak, it dies. Nah, I won't grab that. So Ultra Shrooms really aren't even all that useful, which may be shocking to hear, but you'll have to wait and find out why that is. They may be good if General Guy has a lot of health, but that and like Crystal King are probably the two places where I would use an Ultra Shroom.
So I have to know, I know there's a sequence in where Tubba Blubba chases you. What happens if you get caught?
I wouldn't know because it's never happened. He's pretty slow.
I've always been afraid of Tubba Blubba catching me.
I think you get into an encounter with him and you just have to run away. I believe that is what happens. But yeah, most of the partners at this point have palette swaps. Goombario does, Cooper does, Sushi does, Bo does, Parakarry does, Watt does. I think the only ones that don't are Bombette and Lackluster. Parakarries I turn off because they're not very good. They kind of just make him like more brown or kind of give him more ugly palettes, like darker palettes. I guess it's not even necessarily the palettes. It's I don't like the color combinations they do for Parakarry. Oh my gosh, please welcome. I imitate it almost every single time I free the booze. Alright, so I would not be shocked if our Go Mode item is in Chapter 4, because we have a lot, there are a lot of things in Chapter 4 for us to get. Go heal before I get out there, or to the boss. Especially because it's Coin Sanity, a room you would almost normally always skip because it would only have like a handful of things, suddenly has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 15, 16 checks in it. Because it's got a lot of freestanding coins. Nope. Didn't get the tech skip. But yeah, to put it in perspective for the Chapter 7 lovers, I have the Scarf and the Starstone. I still need the Bucket. And I still need the Warehouse Key. So I guess I only have 2 items left, but I have not done any of Chapter 7 outside the Shiver City, so it would almost be more beneficial if I found a Chapter 1 or 2 item on the way to Chapter 7, I would literally just leave Chapter 7, go to the other chapter, because it's that much more time at this point. All right. I don't think I need to do any badge swapping. If I was thinking ahead, I would have put on an FP Plus before I entered, or before I hit the heart block, but I didn't, but it'll be fine. Okay, so this is vanilla, I think, difficulty, or maybe Chapter 4. That was nice. That was 13 damage. Definitely more than I would have gotten from Power or Mega Jump. Oh, and Palace Key, you're right. So 3 more items still to be able to beat Chapter 7. Those are some good power bounces. So this is gonna hurt. That's just how it be. You actually do not have to kill the heart, and getting it down to 0 doesn't do anything anyways. So we got through the heart, we'll be fine. Tub of Love is a joke. Can I see if I can go back and pull the spoiler log up after this? I think I still have the seed generation page up. Because it feels like we've had a lot of, I think like 2 or 3 chapters have been vanilla, which is really funny to me. So, yeah, Top of Blow is gonna have like 10 HP, 12 HP. That's it. Yeah. All right, chapter 3 is done.
Wow.
So
I blinked
yeah,
and that fight was over.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna just go immediately beat chapter 4 and go from there. I might turn in the frying pan on the way, just for funsies, just in case. And the mailbag, since I'll be passing through that part of town. But yeah, I mean, this is basically, as when things were kind of off to a rough start, what I expected is that there would be one item that gave me a full chapter completion. Like there'd be one singular check that gave me a full completion, and there'd be, you know, on the path to finishing that chapter would be my next chapter. We've basically just been on kind of a slow drip. Like one chapter, being able to access one chapter is basically giving me that step by step. Unfortunately, there's been no massive, like, you know, prologue has 5 items or chapter 3 has 6 items or something like that. Like it's just been this slow drip after the start. So chat, on the way to chapter 4, which chapter do you think we will end up completing? Chapter 1 or chapter 2? Both need only 1 item to complete the chapter. Both dungeons are basically finished. I just have to get that last item and just run to the end of the dungeon. We've cleared them out mostly for the most part.
I like how Supreme doesn't include 7.
This is not going to get done. I legitimately would be shocked. Like, the chapter 1 and chapter 2 items would have to be in the back half of chapter 7 for me to even consider it. Like, we're talking like last few rooms of Crystal Palace. And that would be a level of curse that would ban my wife from generating seeds ever again. Oh shoot, she just came up the stairs and said, oh. Oh no, I'm in trouble. Alright, most people that have put in, or I guess it's only 2 people. I'm seeing 1 for 2, 2 for 1, a 3, which is weird because we already finished it. A 7. If you're right, I may have to ban you from my chat, but we'll discuss that later. Chapter 7 is the Crystal Palace. It's the snowy area. Dungeon has a bunch of mirrors. Alright, so this should be pretty quick, assuming I don't run into 500 things, which absolutely happens. Shy Guys are pretty relentless. Oh, that's not good. All right, more votes for chapter 2. If I didn't know the amount of delay, I would be mad at Stinger right now. Oh, no, never mind. It seems like chat might have caught up to that bucket. Was that real? Nice, 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 nice. Ha ha ha, very funny. It does have the best boss music, but it's very long. Even if you're in go mode, it is a long chapter. Nope, we still need 2 more items. I love bump attack. It is a beautiful badge. All right, buddy. My emotional support bucket for where I have to put my tears. I cry into that bucket when I have to go back to chapter 7. Thanks, bud. I'm glad that cake was so good you tipped me a whole coin for it. Don't I already have that? Please, please, please. It's chapter 1, suckers. And I don't know why I picked that up. We're in go mode. None of this matters.
Supreme was very happy about that, chat.
I'm gonna make sure that that's actually 4 keys before I look like a fool. Yeah! Just for funsies. If I can find...
Wait, so sub 3 is back on the table then?
What's my timer at?
Hang on, let me double check for you. 226. Maybe not. That's a lot.
The fact that I get to just run right to the end of Koopa Bros Fortress is helpful, and the fact that I don't have to check anything else here, I would say it's gonna be close. We are in go mode for the 5 chapters I've beat. It does, Stinger, but, like, it's the Koopa Bros. Like, I'm not that worried about it. Alright, time to solve the world's most difficult puzzle. I was telling my chat yesterday, the day they randomized this puzzle, the day is the day my life is over. Like, this is... There's an item called the Mystery Note that you're supposed to bring to someone in Toad Town to decipher the answer to this puzzle. And, I don't know how tough that is to randomize, but I know it's just gonna happen one day. And I won't be able to just do my instinctual hammering of that puzzle. Like, I have upgraded Bombette. This chapter can't have above 5 on the difficulty rating, based on the fact that I can kill these enemies. I'm trying to decide if I want to go upgrade Bombette. I'm gonna pass. I don't think I need to do that. Just for the time save. Alright, chat. Get your favorite screaming emotes ready. It is almost time to scream. For your ear's sake, I will not do that, but I encourage you all to scream in the chat room, as long as it doesn't get you banned. I realized about halfway through saying that there may be like caps lock protection or something. Hey, I bet that's the warehouse key to get further in chapter 7, guys. Isn't that funny? Thank you all for your contributions. All right, we are going to quickly put on quick change. Anything else I want to put on? So the Shy Guy puddle that starts this fight will always have vanilla health. It's kind of tough for me to tell what its health value will be just by fighting them. It'll always be 15. This is, in fact, N64 Paper Mario. That poor Shy Guy. I always feel so bad for that one. Just gets bonked by the tank. So this is slightly higher. This is probably chapter or difficulty rating 5. Because normally those Shy Guys have 7 health and they'll die to a Starstorm in vanilla. But that's fine. Ow! That still did a lot of damage though. Good grief. Yeah, there was a period of time where I would, anytime I did that attack, I would at least mentally like yell PK Starstorm in my mind.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
9, 10, 11, good night. And to avoid any more damage, we are going to Power Shock you. That'll save us some FP as well. Oh, I've only used 5, jeez. Gaming. Helps that Watt doesn't use any for her main attack. Oops, that was a little early. This guy on difficulty rating 7 is kind of rough. So I'm doing this to break the light bulb just because the lightning attack does more than the bomb does. That way I don't have to think about it. There we go. I think Power Jump's the better play here. Yeah, I'll be going on next turn. That might have been bad. All right, 4 chapters down. We have our go mode item. Volcano was chapter 5. Watt does hit through armor. That's why I typically use her. I will... Had that been a higher difficulty rating, I might have swapped out to Paracarry. That's why I put Quick Change on. Or Bombette. But given that I didn't really have the need to block a lot of attacks or do a lot of damage faster, it was just faster for me to keep Watt out. Oh, it's such a delight. And it is now on the N64 online thing. If you have a Wii U, although you may not be able to purchase things on the shop anymore. I forget if that's already passed. But there are options. It is a delightful game. How long does normal Paper Mario take to finish? I mean, in a casual playthrough, it's probably like a, I don't know, 15-hour RPG. A glitchless speedrun of it on a world record level is about 3 hours and 40 minutes. Glitch categories obviously being shorter depending on the category and the glitches allowed. Oh, little baby blue twink too. Look at him. Say on the bright side, my worst fear will not come true. This will not be a close to estimate seed, or like dangerously close to estimate. Wait. Take this serious. That'll be a little faster.
Freeman, I do want to thank you for being on here. I've had a lot of fun watching this, and I love some of the recent changes made to this randomizer.
They've definitely made some improvements, and I'm excited to try the ones that were released today. Had I had even like a day of warning, I might have done some of the new settings, but given that, I obviously gave you a solid estimate, I didn't want to, risk it being a lot more intensive logically and a lot more variable.
Oh, definitely, and this will not be the last time we have Paper Mario Rando on, as randomizers are always changing. We'd love to include updated versions of the randomizers as well.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, this seed has had a lot of laughs, a lot of tears from really only me, but that still counts. It's still, solid. Like there's really. I don't think I really made any like notable mistakes other than forgetting some checks in the jungle, and that was like a couple minutes of time. So it's it's been goofy, it's been mostly well executed. I really couldn't ask for much more. We're kind of just in the home stretch here. I have my capabilities. I need to beat Bowser. I have a lot of my typical setup that I like, my preferred setup. So it shouldn't be too difficult to beat Bowser. I guess that's one thing we really haven't touched on. One of my favorite things about this randomizer is I feel like it combines a lot of, the exploration and the routing of a Link to the Past or an Ocarina of Time type randomizer, while also, having some build flexibility like you would see in maybe like a Kingdom Hearts randomizer. I think it blends a lot of stuff really well. None of those are vanilla Koopas, I think. Maybe the green one? Why am I checking that? Just for old time's sake, I guess. Alright, this one we do want Bump That out. Just in case I need a heal. Yeah, the new version lets you, like some of the changes include like letting you manually set the number of seeds needed to enter Chapter 6. It shuffles, like hammers can now be in Boots' chests and Boots can be in Hammer's chests, that kind of thing. So lots of good stuff going on in the randomizer. They're only making it better and more flexible. They take a lot of things into account to make sure you can't soft lock. The color palettes of the legally distinct Mutant Ninja Koopas is a randomizer feature. Their color palettes can be random. Oh my god, we already made it to Bowser, guys. I think it's funny that this is my final fight before going to actual Bowser. Save the FP. Yeah, normally this thing has like 10 HP, by the way. We're gonna play this fight like we would normally do. We want our turn to end with Mario, because then on the first turn of the legally distinct Ninja Koopas, Bombette will get to go first, meaning we get to dodge their wind up for their super attack. No, I assume they have to make code changes. I don't think there's different color palettes. So now we get to do that. We're gonna Mega Quake into Power Bomb. And that may kill them. Probably not. I don't think this is gonna do 10 damage. Not even close. Alright. Oh, hi, Beagle. You finally got done with your nap?
Aww.
I pick her up, but she normally doesn't like being a show prop on stream.
No,
right?
that's fine. We got to see the Beagle earlier on the couch.
Sorry, I was thinking about my level up and what I wanted to do there, but I think I have 2 more FP plus badges, which is what I would want. All right, that is our 5th Star Spirit. So we are well on our way to Bowser. Like I said, I do a setting called Boss Rush mode. What it does is it essentially lets me just skip the entirety of Bowser's Castle. I understand if you want to play with Bowser's Castle on or part of Bowser's Castle on, but when you do this a million times and you're always in go mode when you get to Chapter 8, unless there's like a badge you are specifically looking for, you kind of just do your thing and just run through the castle as fast as you can. So, I am going to make a quick pit stop at the Star Piece shop because they did have the Spike Shield badge, which is very useful for fighting Junior Troopa. That, unironically, may be the hardest fight typically in a randomizer. Obviously, can depend, like Chapter 7 difficulty of any boss has a chance of killing you. Koopa Bros is probably the only exception because you can just essentially stun lock them into not attacking. Oh, that was higher up on the list than I thought. Ooh, no, 50 HP. No, not what I want. I would have wanted the one that heals more FP. Let me do this real quick. Well, I have that, so I'm going to buy Mega Rush. If I have space, I may equip it. But the odds of me getting down to 1 HP at any point is usually not likely. Nope, you only have to, you can set how many Star Spirits are needed to defeat Bowser, and I set it to 5, just as a standard thing, because if you have 7 on, more often than not, you just end up clearing like 95% of the seed. Chapter 2 did not get completed. That is interesting. That doesn't happen very often. So our chapters completed were 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chapter 7 getting left in the dust yet again. Dodge. Where's that last one? Oh, it seemed great by him. Thoughts on TTYD? I love it. If I had to, I would give this game the slight edge, and what I always say is that I think the highs of TTYD are higher, and the lows of TTYD are lower. This is a kind of a more consistent experience. There's no, in my opinion, there's no bad chapters in this game. Let's make sure I have room for the life shroom.
I don't know, you seem to feel pretty strongly about Chapter 7.
I mean, Chapter 7's fine casually, but in a randomizer, I want to avoid it like the plague because it is so long. Chapter 7, I would say about a third of my seeds complete Chapter 7. It used to be like 10% before I switched to Chapter Difficulty Shuffle. And, you know, it's just a long chapter. The Crystal King is the hardest boss fight in the game. I think Crystal King may be harder than Bowser sometimes. Like, I had a seed yesterday that had difficulty rating 3, I think, on Crystal King. So it had a far lower amount of health than normal. And it still was a big struggle. Because, you know, he does a lot of damage. He can clone himself. So you have to, you know, either guess or use a move like Air Raid that just hits everything in the air. Which takes off a lot of FP as an exchange. He can heal himself. He can freeze you. Like, it is a tough fight. So yeah, here we are. We are at the literal end of Bowser's Castle. I forgot to upgrade Lackluster a second time, so we are just going to have to fight these guys. That's no big deal. Mega Quake and... Oh, it's Rosalina. Mega Quake and Power Bomb will kill these no matter how much health they have. Sorry, Rosalina. Yeah. Nah, you don't have to hide. I've openly talked about how much I enjoy, or not how much, but that I enjoyed Color Splash as well. Alright, so we'll need to do a little bit of badge swapping here. It'll be our biggest badge menu. I did already turn off bump attack, so I got 3 more for this fight. We'll do double dip and mega rush, and we'll just have one that just kind of chills. Or maybe I could turn on last stand. That's not something I use very often. Gameplay is similar to Sticker Star, but they've removed some of the more tedious parts of it. I think it plays smoother. I think the game is just overall, like Sticker Star executed in an acceptable fashion, is what I would say, instead of being frustrating to play. Yo, look, that whole year of subbing. Thank you so much. Big anniversary. 40 FP, but I have Flower Saver on. Say, Egg has like 2 defense, he's kind of rude. I think I need to... Let's see what Power Bounce does here. We're gonna experiment a little bit. Please tell me I still do damage. Okay. So I gotta be a little bit conservative with my FP. Even just a turn or 2 of Power Bounce will go a long way if I can get most of that damage. Oh. But yeah, the Egg hurts a lot. He hurts a lot. We will do Mega Jump now to try and get him out of that phase. Go to Magic. Thank you. Don't heal though. He may heal here. If he does, then I need to heal back. Yep. Okay. I don't want to burn my life stream since I only have 2. And I have Ultra Stones. Well, that was just completely uncalled for. Unless he can heal a 3rd time, I think we got him though. Yeah, we're good. We'll need a rest at the Toad, but we got him. You know, that's one thing I don't agree with. I've seen enough of Junior Trooper for the rest of my life to be honest. I've had my fill. I've seen this. I've scrambled this egg enough times in my life. But no, he's a fine character. He's a funny character. That actually could be a very useful pickup. I'm glad I did that. Dang, he was in that closet so long he lost all of his color. All right, validation chest.
I'm ready.
Game. All right, so we got 2 more fights. We've got Hallway Bowser, and then we got Final Bowser. I'm gonna do a badge check. I might be able to put on something I like more. If I take up Spike Shield's only 2. Trying to think if there's anything I really want to take off. I don't think so. That's fine. We'll see how it is. We'll level up after Hallway Bowser. That is a guarantee because he gives 41 XP and I have 70. No! He's kidnapped Rosalina! How could this be? I find it funny that Bowser has less defense than Junior Troopa in this phase. Alright, so at this point it's kind of a bit of a luck roll. He always star beams on turn 3, you dispel it, you attack with Paracarry and pray he doesn't heal. I know more about how Final Bowser works, ironically enough, compared to Hallway Bowser. He's angry. Don't do it. No! Rude. That's fine. Just don't do it again, please. Don't star beam. Cool.
Well, you did say please.
I did. That attack's very important to block because if I do not block it with my partner, they are down for 3 turns. All right, final level up. We are going to go for FP here. Makes him more protein than lizards, but he's an egg of a lizard creature. What? That doesn't track at all. I'm gonna do a badge check when I get to the top of the stairs. I probably should have done that before I saved. I think I am content with my setup though. Power, Mega Jump, Power Bounce, probably not. But that lets me do Quick Change, just in case. Oh, no. We don't want Quick Change. We're fine with Paracarry the entire fight. What we want is Feeling Fine. You can set it to any number of Star Spirits. I set it to 5, just because it helps me not clear most of the seed. Oh, I already have Mega Rush on. Cool. So, Final Bowser, if you've never seen this game, is a 3-phase fight, technically. The middle phase is kind of basically a glorified cutscene. Our goal here is to do a certain range of damage here. You actually don't want to do too much damage to Final Bowser because he is more prone to healing after a certain point. So, what am I going to be at? 14, 28, 71. So I need to not do that much damage again. I do not need to Mega Jump next turn. We're instead going to Power Jump. Perfect. 73 to 75 is the sweet spot I aim for. If you do more damage than that, there is a good chance after turn 1 that he will just heal and be almost back to full health. Because what's going to happen now is we're going to Star Beam, and it's going to do nothing. Yes, actually, it's fun that you asked that. Not in the typical sense, but by putting, I think the shortened cutscenes option is what this falls under. The Twink fight is actually only 2 turns. Rosalina, being the mother of stars that she is, can power up Twink a lot faster than Peach can. So little Twink's gonna go on this journey here.
Speaking of things that remind us of Earthbound, this whole ending segment kinda gives me that impression.
I mean, I'm biased, but can't see Koopa because I have not fought him since I was like a child. Look at that, 10 damage! Twink became powerful instantly. Amazing. Deep lore in this run. I know, right? I'm just a master of lore. This is my favorite thing in the world. This little star just bonks Bowser on the back, and he's just completely distracted from beating up Bowser, or from beating up Mario. I guess Luigi in this case. And it's enough time to like power up Mario to where he can win the fight. Bowser is potentially the biggest clown in video games. I'm sorry to say that had I done 1 less damage in the earlier phase, Parakarry's next attack would put Bowser at 69 health, but unfortunately he'll be at 68. So, the critical and scary thing about this fight is you never want to have more health than Bowser. That PFD down may end up being more devastating than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, that's not good. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. I just didn't want to risk. I did not want to risk losing my live stream that early. That would have been kind of devastating. What? I've never seen him do turn 4 lightning. Oh, that's so weird. I mean, it's no different than getting the fire in that case, but that was weird. I hope he doesn't do that again. Yeah, I figured that's what he was going to do. Okay. How much health does he have? 15? Okay. Alright, there's one thing I don't want to see here. And so that means he's going to do it. All right, we win. Assuming I don't miss an action command.
Yep, just let us know when time's going to be.
Oh no, I'm off by 1. Don't do it.
Oh.
I'm off by 1. So we're gonna die here. That's fine, because I have a backup live stream. I just can't count. Don't worry about me. So again, all of this, I'm gonna take this time since we're basically done. All of this was on purpose to ensure that Bowser's health was never higher or lower than mine, because he would have healed, guaranteed. So time's on when I get the Star Rod after this kind of ending death sequence. But all of that, like skipping Paracarry's turn, doing all of this, was to make sure that never happened. And time.
Yo, it looks like you did get the sub 3. This ain't mercy
on this
kill,
seed? On this seed? Oh my god.
Congratulations, Supreme! I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. That was impressive. I guess it helps that skipping like everything in chapter 4 saves a good amount of time. Like we did not have to do like 3 or 4 rooms in there. Yeah, you never had to worry. I knew exactly how many live streams I had. The only way I was at risk of dying is if that first attack after the live stream was fire or lightning, something that would have killed me in one shot.
Wow, that was such a good run, Supreme. This whole time I'm like, sub 3. I'm like, this is gonna be close. You literally meant close.
Legitimately really happy about that messed up of a seed was still sub 3.
What a gamer.
Oof. Jeez.
All right, Supreme. Would you like to shout out anyone while you're here?
I mean, obviously the development team on the Paper Mario Rando community, you're seeing some of them here. There's a lot of them to list, so I don't necessarily want to go through and list every single one of them, but they've made something incredible, something that's really reignited my love for this game. It's so fantastic and so fun. So big shout outs to all the devs that have worked on this, all the people that have been involved in testing. Shout outs, like I said before, to my wife for letting me do this, taking 4 hours out of my night to play this uninterrupted. Shout outs to you, Sky, for inviting me on, to my community for being wonderful and supportive and kind of keeping me going when seeds are not always the best. But yeah, just thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that one day, whether it's me or somebody else, somebody can bring this to the big GDQ stage. I think that would be an absolute blast, an absolute riot. I love this game so much. So yeah, that's it. We're just gonna see greatest hits. We're gonna see characters that we did not see here today. Yeah, that's all I've got. So back over to you, Sky.
I got one last question for you, Supreme.
Yes.
Are you gonna let your wife deal again?
Oh, yeah, you know what? This ended up not being so bad in the end. I think she can roll seeds for me.
All right, very cool, very cool. All right, folks, real quick, I want to remind folks this is not the end of our GDQ broadcast tonight. Tomorrow, though, we do have Mercy Kill. I'll be back with that, followed by Never Before Seen, all starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. We have Waifu Speedrunning Left 4 Dead 2 coming up next on Aimbot. Stay tuned for that, coming right up right after this. Take it away, Amy.